Hello, welcome to the Caribbean One-on-One. This is going to be an overview foundations of the Caribbean peoples, the culture, the healing, the spirituality, what makes us who we are. Um, this orientation, okay, this is an orientation in academic settings or institutions. This would be probably categorized as Caribbean studies, religious studies, mythology, anthropology, or history. In this course, I'm primarily focused on providing an overview of the integration, the melting of African traditions, indigenous culture, and the impact and the trauma of European colonization, occupation, and settlement, which has shaped our resiliency, our living spiritual memories, the way we continue to share cultural, spiritual, and healing and medicinal practices, and most importantly, how we celebrate our ancestors' festivities and ceremonies and so on. If you see me looking over here, it's because I am looking at my notes and I want to stay on task and also appreciate your time, energy, and labor into being curious about your Caribbean roots. But I want to say that I cannot fully encapsulate the vast and diverse Caribbean diasporic beliefs and traditions and practices. My goal here is to simply cultivate, inspire you to bring on curiosity, to guide you towards a deeper exploration of pride and shame, of reconstructing your narrative and your connection, your deep connection to your cultural roots. So, this orientation or introduction, as you will likely inspire future courses or workshops. I will provide a post survey to help me understand what you all took from this, critical questions that will advance my work, my personal work in my life, but most importantly, my professional as a keeper, educator, and healer in this lifetime. To follow me and to follow more resources, more of my work and what I do on a global scale, please go to my Substack, which is linked somewhere in this video or somewhere in the where you found this course. I'm excited to embark on this journey with you. And so let's begin. Now, what's going to be really important for me to say is in the age of Aquarius and technology and the way in which we're collecting information, gathering information, taking it in, I ask that my time and labor and energy, my knowledge base, that you do not record, copy, duplicate any of this information. I will likely update these slides as I continue to gain more knowledge, information to integrate oral wisdom and traditions, and most importantly, uh, for the continued work that I contribute in this lifetime. So thank you for respecting the integrity of my material. Why this course? Pukisa kuya, porque ahora, akahi tanaho. I come to you speaking Haitian Creole, Spanish, and Taino language. I am of Taino, Haitian, and Dominican descent or descendant. I was raised in a family that was deeply rooted in a multicultural um, experience. I mostly grew up with Taino, Haitian cultures and traditions, religion, spirituality, and way of living. These traditions have shaped how I see the world, how I present myself, integrate knowledge in my personal professional life. It's infused how, through my upbringing, how I engage with the spiritual, with the healing wisdom that I've later, as part of my larger work, overlooked in my narrative, which was my understanding of how important my indigenous traditions were and how it was brought up and how the oral wisdom and the universal keys was passed down um, to me and perhaps maybe several of my near cousins and other estranged family members from around multiple places in the world. And I continue to persist and persist because it is important to know that through colonial representation in literature, in academia, in narratives and what we learn today through movie, film, art, and contemporary modern times, that there is an ongoing erasure uh, in the Caribbean, and many people have forgotten the stories and the universal keys passed down. So this is a call to reclaim and revitalize. During my early stages as an academic, as an adjunct professor, I came to realizing a few important things. Number one, the Caribbean narrative is ongoing and incomplete. Okay, and number two, the indigenous ways of living were overlooked. Number three, a desire and a need for reconnection, revitalization, and remembering was very important as a first generation Caribbean Indigenous American. And so, why now, right? Why now? There is a major shift in consciousness. We have a lot of access to technology, to communities. We are going beyond colonial narratives to reclaim our own history, to reconstruct our own history. We understand the importance of our African relatives and siblings, and even our Asian siblings and descendants. I do have ancestry of Asian descent. And it's important now. There's so much importance on holistic wellness and well-being, ancestral knowledge, protection, healing arts or mystical arts. And so this is for you. This is for me, and this is for you. And I really thank you for joining me here. So let's begin with Indigenous Caribbean peoples before colonial impact.